Okay, welcome to the Circle Grace One. I'm your host, Chief Principal Teacher and Founder, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. The Circle Grace One was founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. He gave birth to his very own spiritual and metaphysical institute on February the 7th, 2009, called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. And I like to put them all together as one. The Circle Grace One is the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. So I'm here this evening. I am the founder, the host, the chief principal teacher, as well as the one who runs it right now. Well, what I want to bring out first is greetings and a welcome to all of you who will have a chance to watch this live video streaming program or see it later, already being recorded right now to appear in the archives here for the Circle Grace One. Within about an hour after the show, it will be uploaded into my Circle Grace One channel over on YouTube. So you get a chance to see it here live, or you can see it later. You can come back here and see it in the format in the library here, or you can go to my YouTube channel and view it there over and over and over as many times as you like. But one of the things I want to do is start off with an opening prayer. Through divine power and by divine grace, may this show enhance your life through the information that you receive here, and may you be blessed by it. May you live well and be happy, as well as a blessing to others. May your life expand for you, take you into higher states of awareness for yourself and higher and deeper states of remembrance for yourself, so that you can continue to bless someone else in your life, be it a colleague, a spiritual colleague, a business colleague, family member, child, a parent, an elder, neighbor, even a stranger. So may you be able to help someone else with the information that you are going to hear tonight. Well, tonight's program is devoted to numerology. It's going to be a short program. This is the Circle Grace 1777 for July the 7th, 2014. And we're calling it 777 because it's the seventh month on the seventh date, and all of the numbers in 2014 also add to a 7. And so I'm going to bring forward for you tonight the significance of the numbers so that you can get more information out of it for yourself. Now, one of the things too, no matter where you are, if you're on Facebook tonight, or also here at Ustream, or if you happen to be in Twitter, you'll be able to get this information. You'll get the special link later on after the show is completed, so you can come back and get this information. Now, one of the things I want to announce that just last week on the 2nd, since the Circle Grace 1 was founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD, so just last week, we had the opportunity to gather up this experience of the 15th year of the Circle Grace One being in existence. And for those of you who befriend me or follow me on Facebook, I would suggest that you go to my Facebook page and on the timeline page and scroll down to the date of July the 2nd, and you will see that I have a very special offer. And that special offer simply is a 15% discount on two of my spiritual consultations just once for this month, and there are only a few more dates left, so you have to be able to see the dates that I have listed. In other words, this is Monday, so right now I'm broadcasting live, so this month is just about, this night is over. So you have tomorrow, you have Wednesday, and you have Thursday. And then you have next week. I won't be recording a show live on Monday, the 14th, because there's a good chance I will be away. So I may not be back until the 15th, a little later. And so therefore you have the 16th and the 17th, Wednesday the 16th and Thursday the 17th to be able to capitalize on the special opportunity to get a 15% discount on one 45-minute consultation or one 60-minute consultation for the month of July. Or there are other dates open, such as Monday the 21st, the 20. Then you have Tuesday the 22nd, Wednesday the 23rd. You have Thursday the 24th. That will be available for time, and then you have from July 28th to about the 31st to capitalize on this one-time opportunity only in this month, where you'll get a 15% discount on a 45-minute reading. So 45-minute spiritual consultation usually has the value of 100. You'll get it for just $85. If you take a 60-minute spiritual consultation over the phone with me or through Skype if you like, or if you're out here in New Mexico and we can meet in person, excuse me, and you can get a 60-minute consultation. That's its regular value is $150. You can get it for $127.50. That's a 15% discount. And this is the only time I'm going to do that. I'm not doing it for the entire year, just within this month and on these dates. So you need to go to my Facebook timeline page. If you already have befriended me, if you haven't, then you should. Or what you can do is email me at iam.circleofgrace1@yahoo.com, or Bishop Francis, BISHOPFRANCIS, at Circle of Grace with the number 1 at the end.net, and you can get the information. Again, I'll just send it out to email. And of course, I could tell you how you can make the arrangement to get the payment to me. Okay, now, what I also want to announce to you too is that very soon I'm going to do another prepaid teleseminar. And a lot of these teleseminars are opportunities for you to get the information. And since this is the 15th year anniversary, you just might save on that as well. So I will be won't happen in this month, but I'm looking forward to either do it in September or even in August, to do a special teleseminar, and the Holy Spirit will let me know what that seminar is about, so you'll be able to capitalize on it. The previous one we gave was back in March, which was a very popular one called Decree and It Shall Be, and it was phenomenal for the information and the energy that came through, the anointing with that energy, that whoever was tuned in live, as well as people were able to get the CD format of it and be able to listen to it. It was and also get an MP3 file through an email after they paid for it. And that particular seminar, I think we did it for $15. So that was already back in March, so leading up to this 15th year celebration for the Circle of Grace 1. So to get started with tonight's program, and it's not going to be a very long program, but I want to make some references to the number of the date 777. Now, there are many different ways in which you can look at the 7. You could look at it if you stacked it vertically. Then you would have 7 at the top, added into 7 in the middle, and then the 2014. So what you would get is, if you added it up, you would get a 2028, and then you'd add those two digits together, the 20 and the 28, and you'd get a 48. And 4 plus 8 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. In numerology, we keep the addition simplified so that you could see the information. When you add the numbers vertically like that, you're able to see if there's any master numbers involved. There are none at this time, but you might see them hidden in other ways, like in the date. If it's just written as 777, then you got the master number in there twice, the double digits of the 77. And the 7 and 7, or the 77, reduces to a 14, which is a 5, or if you multiply it, is a 49, which is a 13, which is a 4. So there's some different ways in which you can play with these numbers, and everybody has their own way. So I don't want anyone to feel that they're limited, that you can only look at the numbers one way. There are many different ways in which you can look at the number. So, like for instance, 2014 is a universal 7 vibration. That affects anybody born under the sign of Pisces, because 7 has always been looked at as the Neptune influence, and Neptune is a water element energy planet that rules the water sign, which is Pisces. It's also the 7th month, which is July, for those born in the sign of Cancer and Leo. And then also the 7th astrological sign, which could be the sun sign or the moon sign or an ascendant, which then is Libra. So if you're born, let's say, specifically under Pisces, followed by Libra, and then you could look at Cancer and Leo being there, those four energy signs and people that carry those energy signs would be, in essence, have an opportunity to utilize the value and the attribute of that 7 quality. So what are some of the qualities of the number 7? Well, 7s like to be off and about to themselves. They're like the loners, which basically means they're not lonely people. They just are self-sufficient. In other words, they don't need to hang out with a crowd to have a good time. They could be by themselves. Some 7s are drawn to the arts, music. So there's the fine arts, there's music, there's dance, ways that means that they can express what they're feeling on the inside, or things that they observe outside of themselves. So you might find some 7 personality people, and like the poets and rappers. Poets are now the spoken word artists. You might find them in the theatrical world, or in the film producing world, or on stage, or in front of the camera as a film star, or an action figure, or a stunt man, or a stunt woman. So you can find the 7s there. Now I'm going to go down the whole list, of course, of what the 7 is connected to. Now, before I do that, since we added all the 7s together vertically, vertically 7 over 7 over 4, and then you see the 2014. I said you added to 2028, and that produced for us a 48, which was a 12, which then broke down to a 3. So, in other words, what you're looking at here is if today's date being the 7th, if you see that 2014 is a 7, then that's the universal day. You add that 7 to the month, which is the 7th month, you'll find that July is a 5 universal month. So July as a 7 plus the 7 out of the year 2014 produced for you a 5, a 14-5 universal month. And then you take that 5 and add it to the day number. When you added the day number 7, you get the 12, which is a 3, or 14 plus 7 is 21. So what you have here going on is that that number that you see here is really connected to the day. The numerical day 7, calendar day 7, carries the vibration of a 21, which is a Saturn kind of influence, which talks about ancient wisdom, or wisdom that's accumulated that one could put into motion right away. And that's how's that knowledge accumulated? Through self-study, by studying with other masters, other practitioners, or other teachers, or going to people who are experts in their field, or doing your own research. You got the World Wide Web in which you can do that, or you just go into a library. So you'd have to know what's being made available to you. Now, also it carries the vibration of the 12. So here the 12 is also sort of like 12th house symbolically. So it's talking about going into the secrets of things, things that you don't see with your eyes. And that's what the word occult means. Occult, O-C-C-U-L-T, means things that are hidden from your physical eye. So that's where a person can go into occult studies, magical, spiritual magic studies. They could go into studying, let's say, like the Kabbalah, or they could go into studying runes. They can go into studying the tarot cards, as we might call it. Study numerology, astrology, palmistry, parapsychology, hypnosis, holistic studies. They can study Reiki, other type of healing arts like reconnective healing, or they can go and study to be or get the information about what it's like to be a massage therapist. Okay, so there's so many different things. Seven vibrations also could take you leaning toward with this parapsychology, also psychology or psychiatry. Now, but we're looking at distinctively here from that 12 because it's uncovering things that are hidden, right? So the 1 plus 2 gives us the number 3. And the 3 value then for this day is a universal day. The 7 is a 3. So it's the destiny and the accumulation of wisdom. It's the power of being creative right now through the written and spoken word. That means you might be someone that could write poetry. You could be very articulate through your writing, or very articulate to speaking, especially public speaking. Okay, so it's telling you that you could utilize or should have utilized today's energy for that. Um, Also, those who are very creative with words are comical personalities, people who can become comedians, okay, tell a good joke. Or the practical jokers, you can get that under the influence of the 3. Also, this is a day when one should have been using lots of energy to remain active physically and mentally, keeping the mind stimulated. That's what's one of the things about today, is keeping the lines of communication open with children. If you are a single parent or in a relationship and you have children in your household, or adolescents, or, teenagers, or maybe you've got siblings in your household, a brother or a sister. Maybe you've got relatives such as aunts, uncles, nieces, and nephews, or grandchildren. Hmm? Or you're dealing with grandparents. This is the time to try. Today was that opportunity to be able to communicate your thoughts and your ideas, but also listen to what they have to say. There are many opportunities where we can learn from other people. So this is during this 3 universal day, for the day being July the 7th. It's not a day where one should be involved in feeling competitive too much. The 3 is the Jupiter quality, and it can get you in a vibration of wanting to compete. And sometimes people experience that when they have conversations with other people. They get excited and they want to be heard, but they're not clearly listening. Also, with this 3 vibration, one of the things is, I said, joy and laughter. Bring up joy, laughter, and celebration. And celebration is through music, fine arts, dance, and that's either you're playing an instrument or you're listening to someone perform, or you're watching someone dance ballet or modern jazz, or just out there doing the dances of today. Out here at salsa. Yesterday I was at an event. Yesterday was a 2 universal, so it was a good day to be out with other people, partnering up with other people. So I had a chance to go out and hear some Colombian African music. And it was this band's first time being in the USA together performing. So it was an opportunity to get out there, hear that music, and get out there and dance to that music. So that's another thing too. So it was about enjoying the company of others. And today, that vibration still carries over because 3 is a social number as well. So it was an opportunity to get out and about, to be with other people. That doesn't mean that tomorrow, since tomorrow turns into a 4 universal day, that you can't do that. You still can do that, but then 4 is about laying foundation. So if you're still out there and you're socializing with other people, or you care to do that, then build a stronger vibration a stronger foundation with people through your relationships. Build a stronger foundation when you're communicating your thoughts and ideas to other people. Now, also, one of the things that's very important, though, under this three universal day was to avoid being lazy, being stagnated, and procrastinating. That means putting things off all the time and not getting something done. That was highly important. Now, let me also just backtrack a little bit to the month, July being the seventh month in this calendar system that we're using. And we had to take the universal year 2014, which is a 7, and add that 7 to the seventh month, and we got the number 14, which is a 5. Now, 5 is Mercury, and we just got out of retrograde at Mercury, so Mercury's direct, so 5 is being able to have the freedom to travel physically, go wherever you want to go and have a good time, connect with friends, or not feel like you're being delayed. If you're using electrical equipment, or again on the computers, you don't feel like you can't utilize your equipment, so you can make those connections you need to make. 14 is sort of like a Sagittarian vibration. 5 rules Virgo and Gemini. So in the month of July, not only are Pisces, Libra, Cancerians, and Leo people adjusting to whatever they need to adjust to, but in general, on top of this, you have people born in the sign of Sagittarius, Gemini, and Virgo who can also capitalize on this opportunity. Now, with the 14 is using balance and moderation at all times. That's what it's telling you to do. Be active, but use balance and moderation. In other words, pace yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Whether it's you're studying, reading a book on the internet, or you're doing some physical work, do not burn yourself out. Or even if you're out there exercising, don't overdo it. If you're in the gym, don't overdo it. Stick to a routine, but be mindful of what you're doing at all times so that you're not experiencing any accidents. Now, 5 is also suggestive of moving fast, so watch where you are. Now, what do I mean by watching where you are? Those of you that are driving and you are in control of that steering wheel, drive defensively on the road. Always pay attention to what other people are doing, whether it's people driving those big trucks, out there, those big rigs as they call them, or people driving those smaller cars, or you're out there sharing the road with people who are riding on a bike on the side streets, or you're in the main strips where you're driving your vehicle. Pay attention to the motorcyclists. That's another thing. How many people are aware that when you're out there and the motorcycle is out there, you got to give them ample space between yourself and them? Now, they do that with you. Most do. Some people try to be like what we call the daredevils and scoot between lanes, which isn't safe because they feel they can do that to get ahead. But that's not something that a bicyclist or a person on a moped or a person on a motorcycle or a scooter should be trying to do, duck in and out of traffic. But likewise, the drivers don't tailgate people on motorcycles. So when you're in a car, you got to give everybody at least a full car length distance ahead of you. You might have to give the motorcycle person 2 car lengths, so that 2 or 3 car lengths, so that you could slow down and stop and not be on top of them. Okay, give them the room that they need in order to maneuver those bikes. Some of the bikes are light, some of the bikes are heavy. Now, also during this 5 time is watch out for speed during the month of July. Watch out for speeding. No speeding. The energy is going to cause you, since it's moving through you quickly, energetically, is going to cause you to think faster, and sometimes you might respond faster. Well, what if your reflexes are off? So you do have to take your time. So you got to be careful out there with speed. Now, if you're just a passenger in a bus or a passenger in a person's vehicle, you may suggest to the driver, if you can, to be a little leery, especially if you know the person. Be a little extra aware of the traffic that's moving in and around. Now, also, what I want to make mention of here, and this is very important, whether you're in a 7 universal year, 7 universal months, 7 universal day. Okay? Whether you're affected by this, that nature of the 7 is a good time to get to know yourself. So we're talking about sevens in a different way. Say you have a 7 birthday, or you're in the 7 birth month, and you have the 7 birthday. And let's say you have a destiny that adds the 7. So you want to be consciously aware of this. If you have the 7 influencing, meaning being around you a lot, it can show up in an address. It could show up in a phone number. It could show up in a P.O. box number. It could show up in the zip code. You might see the 7 there individually, or numbers that add to a 7. Okay? Let's say you might be in a building where you work and the number 7 is there, or you're on the 7th floor. Well, here are some of the things that are associated with the 7. It's a good time to get to know yourself. That's one of the things about the 7. A good time to get to know yourself. And get to know yourself on deeper levels by spending some moments alone in silence. Now, how would you spend some moments alone in silence? Well, maybe you're going for a long or short walk just to contemplate life around yourself and what you see and what you observe. Maybe spend some quiet time in prayer or in meditation. This is a good day under that sevens. When you see a 7 out there, is a good day to write in your diary or your journal, to record and study your dreams, to study anything of an occult nature, spiritual, metaphysical, shamanic, holistic, study different systems and philosophies. Be more creative through artwork or composing music or choreographing dance steps. Also, if you're into internal or external martial arts, it's good to work that under the vibration of the 7, because it means you're exploring the power that you develop, right? The flexibility that you developed, all right, and how you are able to react. Also, delve into the study of intuition. This is also a good time to study nature and study alternative medicines and holistic studies, things of that nature. Maybe you want to go into the science of fasting, study that out, learning how to eat properly, exercise properly for yourself. Maybe it's about also elevating your mind, uh, creating a sense of cleansing and purification. People talk about sweat lodges, using sage. I mean, you use sage in your home if you never had to go to a sweat lodge. Purifying the body, mind, and the soul. This is a time for alignment, right? To get a better alignment and a better attunement through your chakras, through sounds and tones using crystal bowls, Tibetan bells, tuning forks, all kind of bells and gongs and things of that nature to help bring this energy forward, to allow you to go deeper inside yourself. Maybe it's the use of crystal grids. That's something else. Crystal grids. Aligning crystals. Now the grids could be all over your home, or you can use the grids around your bed, underneath a chair. You could hang them in the ceiling, like feng shui, having a crystal, faceted crystal that radiates the chi and keeps it flowing, or just inside of a doorway. That's another way. Okay, also, not only are you aligning your chakras through sound, tones, colors, crystal grid work, but there's also planetary alignment, being aware of how the planets are aligned in the universe as you see them in the heavens and constellations. But there's also your importance to be aligned to your planet, where you find yourself on Earth. Then there's also connecting with angels, archangels, ascended masters, spiritual guides, spiritual teachers, totem guides, things of that nature. It's a good time and a good period for those born, again, Pisces and Libra, on the sun or moon sign, to be able to capitalize on these to empower yourself and other people. Like I said, we're going to keep this program short. One of the other things, too, is pay attention to where you live. Well, let's say you're under a 7 vibration, your house is marked 7. It adds to 7. So that would tell me everybody in that house sometimes might want to spend some time to themselves. Everybody in that house can be very studious at times. Everybody in that house accelerates on some level in research. Maybe might be involved in archaeology, um, uh, going to foreign countries, going on sacred tours, doing sweat lodges, going to see various ceremonies and rituals and how they are used to cleanse and purify an atmosphere in someone's home or place of business or on their property or around themselves. This might be a good time to what people call a spiritual bath. Use a little Epsom salt in your bath and just soak the body to drain all that negative, toxic energy that builds up in your auric field. This is also a good time to avoid falling into states of depression, anger, moodiness, uh, coming in contact with manipulative personalities or yourself falling into that, the abuse of alcohol, drugs, sex, and also addictive behavioral patterns that can pop up. These things one has to conquer, conquer, so that there's a proper balance. We might say in the shamanic world, um, delving into one's shadow self. That's the side of yourself that you hide from others. That's the side of yourself that could be wearing a mask, and people don't get it ever to really see who you are. So you have to deal with the shadow element of yourself. Not to run from the shadow element, not to hide it, but clear it, cleanse it, use it to your advantage, meaning to uplift your spirit of awareness. So these are different things that the 7 vibration can represent. I would say it's about clearing and balancing the emotions, the mental side of a person, and then the physical side of a person. We know that in the physical structure, things that are of the spiritual nature, if not corrected as you receive it, in other words, you're unable to let it correct you, you could have some issues on the mental side. So one would have to clear the mental body to bring balance back to it. Then there's the emotional body. If something is not clear on the mental body, it slips down, gets away from us, and starts to build up in the emotional part of us, and that creates a problem. If it's too much on the emotional, it could interrupt your etheric and then settle into your physical body somewhere. So we want to pay more attention to the thoughts that we are entertaining. Well, all these sevens are saying at some point you're entertaining all of these thoughts. So you want to be able to pay more attention to what you are doing or about to do. Watch what you say. So you're under the 7, everybody's observing what you say, how you feel. So it's important to speak positive words around people, to put forth positive intentions into the atmosphere around you so that you could create and see the coming back into your life of positive energies. Not only for yourself, excuse me, but for other people. So as we said, we're going to keep this show short this evening. This is an opportunity for people to receive any kind of information. Since I talked about the 7, this is a good time to wear also, I'm coming to mind to say this to anybody, pastel shades. All pastel shades fit with the 7. You can wear it as accents in your wardrobe, white, bone colors, they call it, khaki colors, tan, sage, moss. These kind of colors are very soothing. The sage, green colors, and the moss green colors, the green itself, and the tan colors, the brown colors. All of those colors keep you connected to the earth. But also the 7 vibration is an amethyst range. So with the amethyst purple, that enhances your spiritual wisdom, your accumulated knowledge, but your spiritual wisdom. And there's also the purple ray also acts as an antiseptic. It kind of cleanses and purifies your atmosphere. So I wanted to make sure you got a brief analysis of the triple sevens. Today's program is Circle Grace 1777 for July the 7th, 2014. Well, if you want to be in touch with me, you can always give me a call at my Skype number, which is 973-685-5978. Again, that number is 973-685-5978. I also have a spiritual prayer and meditational decree request line, but it gives you about a minute and a half to 2 minutes of a universal decree. That phone number is 505 717 4722. That's 505 717 4722. Now you can listen to that spiritual decree as many times as you want because it's right there for you to listen to. You can call that number 505 717 4722 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and listen to it. Leave a message and leave me your 10-digit phone number. Leave me your first and last name so I can get back in touch with you. Or email me and say, well, Brother Francis, I heard your program tonight about the 777, Circle Grace 1777. That was very interesting. The last time I used this number 777 was on July the 25th of 2009. It so happened that during that time the 777 was in effect as well. So I had an opportunity to bring out and share that information with everybody that was there. We had a joyous time. It was a spiritual dinner, and I gave out 2 spiritual awards for spiritual teachers appreciation day, which I was doing like every couple of years. I haven't done, that was the last one that I did in 2009, and I'm looking forward to do another one. So who knows, we may stretch it out and walk into the 25th anniversary for the Circle Grace 1, and then have all the people from the beginning throughout the years, and then new people that receive this award as well. The Angel of Grace says these are the flowers that we give to people to show them that we appreciate who they are and how they are significantly helping people who are in their immediate surroundings. So that was the purpose then of the 777 spiritual dinner. It was done on Saturday, July 25th, 2009, and it was very healing. 7th month, 25th day, but the year was 2009, so we had the 14 there, right? So 7 and 25 was 32, and then we had the 11. So 32 and 11 gave us 43. 4 plus 3 was 7. There it was right there. So here we are again. There, a golden opportunity to share and receive this information. I hope this information that you got this evening, yes, it wasn't a long program. It was designed to give you enough so that you could explore. And you can find out what's good for you about the 777. Pay attention to your dreams. Utilize your prayers, your affirmations, your affirmative prayers, and your decrees, or your mantras. Whatever you're using that can assist you to clear this mind, clear the throat center, clear a pathway so that there's no clutter around you, so that everything can move you into a better life for yourself. Well, again, I won't be here next Monday, July the 14th. I don't plan to be here. So, but if you want to come to this channel for the Circle Grace 1, feel free to look at the archives there of information, or just go to my YouTube channel. Go to www.youtube.com/user, user/Circle of Grace with the number 1 at the end, and you could see over 60 some odd videos and some of the different programs that are sitting right there that you can listen to. All right? So I just want you to be aware that you can get information at any time. I've given out the email addresses, I've given out the phone numbers in which you can contact me. Well, I will be back on Monday, July 21st and July the 28th. And I do plan to put together another teleseminar, either be in September or October or even August, so you can get the information either on a Monday or a Tuesday night. Well, until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. Thank you so much and see you soon.